Here's a prime example of why all that woke stuff is pure nonsense. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Chicago Teachers Union President Stacey Davis Gates sending her son to a private school. Now, this is hilarious for at least two reasons. The first reason is that Ms. Gates is a big proponent of the public school system. She wants you to go there. She's like, hey, it's the best. We have the best public schools anywhere in the world. I'm exaggerating, but you understand what I mean. She is a big proponent of the public school system in Chicago. But the second thing is that she not only is a big proponent of public schools, she called private schools fascism. That's right, fascism. So the same schools that Ms. Gates called fascist, she sends her son to. Now, $1 million question. Hey, ABL, why would she call private schools fascist, then send her son there? Well, it's because woke stuff, it sounds good to woke people, I suppose. It makes you feel good. You're doing the right thing by sending your kids to public schools. And you don't need private schools. That's not really a thing that's going to help you. That's fascism. In reality, she sends her child there. The way she performs in front of an audience, whether it be a city town hall, a school board meeting, whatever it is, the way she performs there will not be how she behaves in a regular everyday walk in life. And that's obvious because her boy goes to a private school. Now, before I go any further, let's go ahead and roll the clip. If you want to see this clip in full without my commentary, link as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
She fights on behalf of Chicago public school teachers. So why is Chicago Teachers Union President Stacey Davis Gates sending her own child to a private high school?
Our political reporter Marianne Ahern spent this week trying to get an answer. Marianne joins us now. And Marianne, finally we understand you have a response.
Allison and Stefan, yes. After 3 days of asking questions, we have confirmed this year CTU President Davis Gates enrolled her teenager to a Catholic high school. She does not want to talk to us about it, but she's been very vocal in the past about her opposition to private schools.
Now, my question is, why don't you want to talk about it? You have no problem speaking about private schools. You have no problem being vocal. You have no problem being in front of the cameras and taking pictures and talking to people. So why now all of a sudden are you going to be radio silent? Why? Is it because you got caught? You thought you weren't going to get caught? How would the Chicago Teachers Union president send her son to a private school and nobody know about it? They're not going to see you at the school. They're not going to see your boy at the school. They can't look at public records of who is attending the school. Your kid don't have classmates. Anyway, I'm getting triggered.
I'm also a mother. My children go to the Chicago public schools. These are things that help to legitimize my space within the coalition.
That was Chicago Teachers Union President Stacey Davis Gates 18 months ago. She's been publicly against it, but does support private school for her own kid. We are not naming the school or her child.
Man, they're going to find out. Like, I don't understand the point of that. Like, maybe, okay, they don't want to expose the child. Okay, I understand. But that's going to get found out. Like I said, your child has classmates. Your child has teachers. Your child is going to be out in public. They're going to know. And, I mean, how many Catholic schools are there in this particular area? It can't be 1,000 of them, so it's not going to be very hard to find.
But we have seen the social media posts, and multiple sources confirmed to us her child enrolled this year at a Chicago Catholic high school. Last year, in a Chicago Magazine article, Gates said, quote, "I can't advocate on behalf of public education without it taking root in my own household." Publicly, Gates has voiced strong opposition to school choice in the Illinois Invest in Kids program that allows for tax credits that benefit private schools. On social media, Gates said, quote, "School choice was actually the choice of racists. It was created to avoid integrating schools with black children." She also posted a link.
Hold on. Let's not truncate tweets news out there in Chicago.
She also posted a link.
Hold on. Let's go back a little bit because there is more. Let's read this full thing. Quote unquote school choice well, actually, there's not quotes. There's like little stars. School choice was actually the choice of racists. It was created to avoid integrating schools with black children. Now it's civil rights struggle of our generation. Hashtag boy bye. Not very mature of the Chicago Teachers Union president to use such language. You know, kind of like a 14-year-old girl. But anyway, I digress.
With black children. She also posted a link to this article titled The Racist Origins of Private School Vouchers.
So it's racism and trying to keep black kids out, but yet somehow you were able to enroll your black, probably son, teenager into a private school in Chicago. Funny how that works.
Gates Family Neighborhood School is Harlan High School. It ranks 437 out of 664 Illinois high schools. Other political leaders have chosen to send their children to private schools, including former mayors Rahm Emanuel, Lori Lightfoot, and Richard Daley.
Now, let's be clear. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with sending your kids to private school. The issue is you can't go on television, go on a newspaper, go on social media and talk about how racist it is and how school choice is so bad and it shouldn't be supported and it has roots in racism. You can't say all that and then send your boy to private school. You just can't do it, because if it's like that, then why are your own kids involved with what you say is racism? Doesn't make any sense.
As well as Governor J.B. Pritzker. Here we go! Mayor Brandon Johnson's teenager does not attend the family's West Side neighborhood school, but rather a magnet school across town. While Gates is paying more than $16,000 a year tuition for her child to attend a Catholic high school, the Invest in Kids program that helps others who cannot afford that amount is on life support, as the General Assembly did not decide yet whether to extend funding for the program.
Oh boy, but you know what's going on. Can I just be frank with you guys? Can I be frank? What's happening is these people that have that kind of money to send their kids to these private schools do not want your kids. If you can't afford it, they don't want your kids to be there. That's the bottom line. It's just that simple. It's kind of a classism thing. And that goes beyond race. But a person like Ms. Gates does not really want to acknowledge that, which is why she has not contacted the news to explain why her kid is going to a private school, although she says that these are fascist institutions, racist institutions.
The Chicago Teachers Union and other teachers' unions have lobbied vigorously to oppose it. After 3 days of asking and being ignored this morning, when we let Davis Gates know we were going to air our report tonight, then the CTU did finally respond. The Invest in Kids program that does promote school choice, it will be on the agenda when the lawmakers return to Springfield for the fall veto session. It's not clear, though, whether CTU will continue to oppose it now that their own president has chosen that route for her child.
So we'll have to stay tuned and see what happens next.
We'll keep an eye on it.
All right.
Okay, so there we go. There we have it. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. But you have to expect that from these people. As I close, I'm going to say this. Whenever you hear these people talk about something being racist, like any kind of politician in power, when they have money and they get to a certain level, all of a sudden the things that they said were racist and bad and evil and hateful are not so much anymore. Another example, kind of similar but different, Bernie Sanders. When he first came on the scene and became very popular, he was like, we got to tax the millionaires and billionaires. But then once he became a multimillionaire and had multiple properties, some kind of way, I have no idea. Once he became that he was railing against, then all of a sudden it became, oh, we got to tax the billionaires. It's like, well, what about the millionaires? Oh, because now you got the money. Now, hey, don't tax me, but tax them over there. Same thing with her. You want to talk about how bad the private schools are until you just realize that your child needs to be in the private school to have the best shot at life. There's nothing wrong with sending your kids to the school that's best for them. However, at the same time, you can't come out there and say how racist it is. You are a liar and a hypocrite, as most of these people are. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on the Chicago Teacher Union President Stacey Gates sending her boy to a private school, although she literally called these schools fascist, racist, and everything else up under the sun. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I'm not in the least bit surprised. Not at all. I expect this kind of thing from politicians, people in power. It's no surprise at all. They'll say one thing and then they do something else. They'll promise you one thing and don't do it, or they do something else totally you didn't ask for. That is how these people are in politics. And quite frankly, it's getting kind of old, which is why guys like Trump and many others became so appealing, because they were not the typical liar, self-serving politician. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.